Good morning, and thank you very much for coming today for the Cross Acton Transit ribbon cutting. It's something that we're very proud of and very happy to be doing at this point in time. And one thing I want to point out is it's not often we get to thank our representatives and senator in regards to the effort that they have given to make us successful. And I want to thank Senator Eldridge, Representative Benson, and Representative Atkins for the support that they've given transportation, and they will be speaking to that. I also want to thank Jim Scanlon from the LRTA. Without their assistance in the funding, this might not have happened. And so it is grateful that we have all these partners that are willing to help on this project. So without further ado, we'll have Senator Eldridge make some remarks, followed by our representatives. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody, and I'm so glad we could all come together today to celebrate the kickoff of the Cross Acton Transit, and to expand this shuttle service has been in operation for a number of years, but now going throughout Acton and stopping by at key retail areas, residential areas, and of obviously our public institutions, such as, of course, the South Acton train station, which is finally done, as well as the library and other stops. And so I just want to say it's been a terrific partnership. The legislative delegation, myself, Representative Benson, Representative Atkins, we worked very hard a few years ago in advocating for some seed money in the Community Innovation Challenge grant funding, which was spearheaded by the Patrick Murray administration, as well as the local dollars that people here in Acton supported to get the shuttle up and running, and now to see it expanding is fantastic news. That would not have happened without the Lowell Regional Transit Authority, so I do want to thank Jim Scanlon and his support for expanding to what really is a model for, I would say, the whole state in terms of a town having the level of shuttle and transportation service. It's really unparalleled, especially compared to other suburban communities. And there's so many stakeholders at the local level that obviously made it happen, but I do want to give a special thanks to Freddie Osman, who is now a selectman, but previously she led the Transportation Advisory Committee and really getting this up and going, and without her persistence and relentless spirit on this, I don't think we would be here today. I also want to say the CAT, the Cross Acton Transit Shuttle, is really also a legacy for Doug Halley, and Doug is now retired, but it's great that he's here today to celebrate this, and I think really this is a legacy of his commitment, and I think it's an important reminder that when we're thinking about transportation, when we're thinking about access, it is also a public health issue, and as someone who lives in West Acton Village, I see many of my neighbors, including myself from time to time, that take the shuttle to get to the train station to get to work. And I think it's critical in a suburban town to make sure that we have equal access for everyone to get to work or to go other places throughout Massachusetts. So congratulations everyone to be involved. It was a real pleasure for me to support this at the state level. And again, I hope this is a model for expanding this across the state. Thank you very much.
Representative Benson.
And actually, Rep. Atkins is going to come up with me, because we're always looking for efficiencies. We are. That was a joke.
We're girls,
So, I want to say, first of all, working with Doug and Franny has been really quite remarkable. The partnership that they have and their outreach to us. Stay close together. Okay. Was wondering what that hand motion really. We're very close. So working with them has been really a great experience for me. And when I first ran in 2008 and was sworn in 2009, one of the first meetings I came to in Acton was Franny had put together a transportation meeting. And we have been working, I think, pretty well together since then. And it's been really great for me to see a town come together and really embrace multimodal transportation. So whether it's the new and improved train station here in South Acton, whether it's the Crosstown Connect effort and the shuttle service, looking at ways of getting more people out of cars and into other forms of transportation, and the Bruce Freeman Rail Trail and the efforts around rail trails here. Acton has really been a hub of very forward-thinking transportation options. So, you know, thank you for your leadership. It's been such a pleasure to work with you, and of course we will continue to do that. Thank you to the Regional Transit Authority here in Acton, but all of them do such important work to support these sorts of efforts. But I have to say, your relationship with Acton, I'm sure you have found as well at LRTA, has been very forward-thinking, very innovative, and can certainly serve as a model for the whole Commonwealth. Yes?
Now, nobody left me anything to say. Except for this. My children are always, my grown children are always getting on my case. At least they say, Mom, all you talk about is Acton this, Acton that, Acton, Acton, Acton. What is so special about Acton? And I said, thought about it for a minute, and I said, they get things done. They just get it done. You know? When they meet to talk, they meet to assign tasks, not just talk theoretically about this should be the way things are. They say, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to do, and things happen. So congratulations once again. I can't even say I'm surprised. I'm not. I'm just delighted. You constantly affirm what I say about Acton, Acton, Acton. And this is a wonderful day, and I'm glad we can all share it together. How did you start? I'll finish.
Okay, well, I didn't wear my glasses. So,
Do you
we
want
brought, no, that's all right. We brought a citation from the House just to mark this occasion. Maybe Franny, do you want to come up with Doug and accept this? Would that, from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Crosstown Connect, in recognition of the launch of Cross-Acton Transit, and your continuing commitment to providing the region with transportation solutions.
And the entire membership extends, and the entire membership, which doesn't agree on anything, not even the day of the week, extends its very best wishes and expresses hope for future good fortune and continued success in all of your endeavors. It's signed by the Speaker of the House and both of your state representatives, Jen and myself.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And this is your pen.
Oh, thank you. This can be your, oh, sure. Jamie, do you want to come up for a photo before I?
He's always going to be the tallest one. That's not fair.
Somebody here
Jamie
should
has
take a
to kneel
picture.
down.
Happy family.
I don't know where to look. I don't see one camera, I just see
There's lots of
phones.
cameras.
I see phones.
All right, great.
Yeah, we should have had a picture.
Okay, Franny, if you could give some remarks?
Yes. I have so many thank yous. And when I look at the audience, I'm reminded of the long road that we have come. There were people thinking about transportation before this. The Senior Center has been providing transportation, and the Lowell Regional Transit Authority. Obviously, transportation has been going on in Acton for a long time. But in 2005, we started a local conversation with the help of the United Way, and we saw that there were more needs than were being met. And early on, I remember meeting with Jim Scanlon. Oh, Jim, I just realized you were going to speak before me.
No, he's going to come.
Okay. I'll speak and then you can speak. The United Way meeting brought together people who really pointed out that there were a lot of people that weren't being helped by the vans that we did have. And I remember Jim, the administrator of the Lowell Regional Transit Authority, and Dave Bradley, who was then the chief financial officer of LRTA, came and they gave us advice as to how to get going, and we got advice from and startup grants from many other places. And in 2010, we were able to, with the help of this support from MassDOT and many other organizations, the Federal Transit Authority grants and Lowell Regional Transit Authority, and our legislators able to start the rail shuttle and the dial-a-ride, which let a general purpose population be able to get around town, in addition to the senior vans. Then we thought, well, we have all these services, we have to bring them together. And then with the help of the Community Innovation Challenge Grant, which Jamie Eldridge mentioned, we were able to form a Transportation Management Association, which included many towns in this area. And through all of that work, we were able to come to one of the other goals that people have always been saying, what about a fixed route? What about a regular bus? You know, for all along, people have been saying, I want a bus that I don't have to call. And now we have that. 2015, we started the CAT bus, which this event is celebrating. So I thank you all. When I look around, I see all of the supports that we had. Mike Gowing, who has been working since you were elected on this effort as Board of Selectmen, and then you passed through 6 years, and here we are. There's representation from the South Acton Train Station Advisory Committee, from our Finance Department, from the town of Maynard, our legislators, from the Health Department, and it was so important. Our work went exponentially up when Doug Halley was put on board. From the Clerk's Department, from the Senior Center, the Commission on Disabilities, Mass Development at Devon's, the TV station, we made a great movie with the help of ActonTV, and the Lowell Regional Transit Authority. It's just, and then through that we formed the Crosstown Connect, and we have representation from the company that runs that and our services for us, Transaction Associates, and the director of Crosstown Connect, Transportation Management Association. And so it's very confusing, I know. So we gave you a folder. Make sure you take a folder which has the brochures, and we're going to get more streamlined with our brochures because there are so many services. As Doug laughed at me when I said, people are complaining that there are so many services they can't keep track. And he said, the key word is so many services. So we look forward to getting a streamlined brochure. And I thank you all sincerely for all your help, and including getting that commuter shuttle bill passed, which I think the state hasn't realized how powerful that is yet. So thank you for that. We're going to go down soon. I want to invite Jim Scanlon up, and thanks very much. Oh, make sure, in addition to taking your folder, make sure you take a cat. That was supposed to be in your folder, but I decided to decorate the room with it. It's the cat for the cat bus if you didn't get it. So.
Thank you, Franny. First, it's a pleasure for me to be here today, and to really congratulate the town of Acton on really what they've done with the implementation of the CAT and the leadership that the town has played with the Crosstown Connect. First, I want to acknowledge, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing here with the resources and the services that you're doing and the LRTA without the great work of Senator Eldridge, Representative Atkins, Representative Benson. I mean, this legislature, for the most part, over the last 5 or 10 years, has been very progressive with transportation. And without that type of help, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I'm kind of very lucky because years ago, as Franny had mentioned, I was involved with Doug and Franny in the early parts when they were thinking about Crosstown Connect. And the good thing about what I do now is that, it's good to see that we really have made a difference, and that we're able to help the town out and the region out have a very good, have a transportation system that they never had before. And I'm lucky in the respect that Franny became a board member of the LRTA, and in addition to being a board member, she's now become a very good friend of mine. And I say that very sincerely, that Franny is a great person and a great board member, but she's also a great friend. And the same goes for the other representatives that you have in this region. I see Andrew Scribner in the back, who's really done a great job at the LRTA and with the town of Maynard. And what can you say about Mike Gowan? He's a solid person, and he comes to every meeting, and he's trying to make a difference in transportation, not just for the town of Acton, but the whole LRTA. And finally, I just want to obviously say very great things about Doug Haley. You need someone who's going to really do the work and get engaged and really make a difference. And Doug, you've done that, and the difference is already here. And finally, I just want to say we've come a long way. Not just you, we're part of this. We've come a long way. You've started off with an idea. You started off with, we took steps along the way, and here we are today celebrating that you now have a fixed route service called the CAT in Acton. So again, it's a pleasure to be here today, but it's really a pleasure because I've become friends with a number of you here today, and I really respect what you all do. So thank you very much.
Yours are downstairs, but I just wanted to give some flowers. At one of our early town meetings, we sort of had a flower event where we gave out flowers as part of talking to the town. So I wanted to give flowers to Jim and to Jamie. And thank you very much. I just wanted to say thank you with flowers as a tradition.
Okay, we can now head downstairs, and the bus should be arriving, and we can cut the ribbon.